Greetings and salutations, and once again, we're back with the second attempt at a Nuzlocke. Lipsomes and Firefist, still very much alive. So I already have my route 201 and 202 capture. As far as I can recall, I have not crossed off any routes just yet. We ended just before I got the Poketch. Last time we got all the way to the second gym, and then I lost everybody, and the game failed. And that was the end of my Nuzlocke. Like I said, it's much more difficult doing this on, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl than it does back in Diamond and Pearl. Of course, you have the purists out there that would immediately want to have me drawn and cornered and dragged out to the town square and tarred and feathered after being drawn and quartered. And just by saying that, they're like, how dare you, rank a remake higher than, or make it more difficult than the original. Well, I kind of elaborated that in one of the previous videos. I said, well, it's because the remake, when you encounter trainers, they actually have individual values and effort values, and I explained both of those. Not into too great of a detail, but I did explain them. And by doing so, it makes this game harder to complete based solely on that, because it's got a more meta-minded setup. Now, the rules all remain the same, and those aren't going to change. I'm only allowed to catch one Pokemon in the underground total. So it doesn't matter when I go to the underground or what I get, it's the only one I'm allowed to get. If I KO something while I'm out there, kinda stuck. Now, if I assume correctly, I think the barrel becomes a normal water type. At least I'm hoping they do. And of course it's set battle style, so once you're out there, you're out there. But no, I realized that I had not been doing the Nuzlocke very often on the channel. And then quite a few people watched it, so I thought, time to bring it back. And I'm sorry if this appears darker. It's because I have my microphone right here, so I guess I can lower my microphone this way, and then I don't appear as dark. Maybe that's better. Maybe that's better for it. I don't know. I don't want to chance it. I kind of have to chance it. Survived it too. That's not good. That needs to change, like, immediately. No wonder his defense is garbage. Well, I have two ideas here. First is I switch him out to a lower level Pokemon, possibly losing them. Or Ohms takes the hit, I lose him, and then I have to catch something moving forward. We're going for it. Thundershock him. Did not even make the Thundershock. I might lose right here at the rival battle. Maybe you get to see me start a third Nuzlocke. I can't believe I've already lost one. This is just not going well. Lately, there's been a rash of things that have not gone well. Earlier, matter of fact, the last 3 videos I recorded, I had to uninstall and reinstall OBS. And that's because I had nothing I just had to redo it. Like, it wouldn't show anything. Didn't show my camera, didn't show what I was playing, didn't have any audio. It just all completely gone. So I set out and I was like, I gotta do something. So I did it. This Piplup is taking forever. Is it just gonna spam growl because I can't lose this battle? Is that literally throwing? No, now it's going back to pounding. Well, I would say Ohms died for a good cause, but I don't think he did. I know. Why aren't I using Scratch? Well, he's growled me like 6 times. And Ember is a special attack, which means his growls don't lower my special attack. So my Scratch would do maybe 2. And even though this is not very effective, it does more damage. Well, I have to go put Ohms in the dead box. That's such a shame. Means now I'm going to be another Pokemon down for the next gym. I don't have any items on me, do I? Because I sell them all now. I'm allowed to have berries, but I don't have any of those yet. Well, Ohms. I was hoping for a good one, but guess it wasn't in the cards. Did I make a dead box yet? No, I didn't make a dead box because I didn't even think I was going to come up with one. Technically, you're supposed to release them. Nah, you know what? I'll do it. I'll release him. You died. Sorry, Ohms. No, I want to release him. Goodbye, Ohms. Shame. I should actually do that next time. Instead of releasing them, when I fail at a Nuzlocke, I'll go into Pokemon Home, and I'll break down the analytics as to why they were so terrible. I don't have a Route 203 capture yet, so... Did I even heal them? No, I didn't. But yeah, I'm willing to bet Ohms had 0 IVs into defense, which was pretty much the nail in the coffin when that began. He probably had very low IVs in the one in defense. Oh, as much as I love this, and I love the idea of Nuzlocke, and I love the idea of, like, imposing a challenge on oneself is something I think everybody should do. Do something that you don't think you're good at, or do something that you're not very skilled in, you know. Challenge yourself to that degree. Because if you do, you might surprise yourself. Starly would be nice. Of course it's not an Intimidate Starly. Why would it be? Bought it first thing out, though. It's a good thing. So. It's a female Starly, and of course we have to nickname it. So we're gonna name it... Turns into a Staraptor and then a Staravia. Abe. It's a little weird, but we'll run with it. We're gonna put it to the front of the party so that we can get some experience on it, hopefully, without getting it killed. At least I didn't KO anything on it. Teleport. Imagine if I had caught that Abra. Oh boy. That would be... Oh. That'd be some spicy meatballs right there, man. I mean, it would only get you a Kadabra, but still. That'd be a lot of strength. I mean, special attack, speed, he's got it all. Though in my luck, it'd have been 0 IV. Nevertheless, we're going to see what we can work with. Back to that growl thing again. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know if it's because the NPCs are just trying to throw, or maybe they're trying to make me feel better because... I don't know, maybe because I was getting destroyed. Who knows? It's tough telling. I mean... It's crazy. I don't want to rely too heavily on Fire Fist, because if he gets too high, then, you know, you're not supposed to outlevel the gyms. But you need a reliable anchor to, you know, nuke things so that you can speed level other Pokemon. There's Quick Attack, that helps. We'll swap out lives. I'm hoping Bibaro learns, or at least can become a water type to some degree. Just solely on the fact that he kind of needs, I kind of need that typing. As I learned from the previous one, my Gyarados named Medusa did not work well, because it didn't even make it to a Gyarados before it died. I was trying to speed level it through a lot of other things, and it didn't work out too well. Doing rather well. Get the confusion going. That's always a good thing. Making sure I end up hitting myself in confusion. I actually hit somebody. I'm shocked. Astonished, really. I thought for sure it was going to be another smacks itself in confusion. Zubat wouldn't be a bad pickup, but those are mostly, well, I can't say mostly, but primarily in caves. And I made it so that I can't catch things in caves. Because if I caught things in caves, it wouldn't make it fair. Because then I'm sitting there and I could just say, oh, well, this cave system gave me this. And then this next cave system gives me that. And I can then load my team up with certain things like Diglett. I don't even know if Diglett's in this one, but you know what I'm saying. Like either bulky things or fast things, so on and so forth. And I don't think that would be right. Like, for example, getting a Golbat, or to then evolve it into a Crobat. Crobat would be insane, by the way. If you can manage to get a Crobat in a playthrough, absolutely bonkers. Because a Crobat's speed, his typing, The fact that it can learn Taunt absolutely shreds things. It's crazy. Just like that one right there, Cricketot. Low-level Cricketoon is a menace to society. Because that low-level Cricketoon, it evolves quick, it learns Fury Cutter, and if you can get a good, decent, or if you can get a good speed, decent attack on a Cricketoon, nothing will stand in your way, except for maybe rock types. They'll cause you a bit of a problem. I'm sorry about the yawns. It's been a little bit of a long day. Not too bad. But you know how you get, like, introverts will be able to agree with me on this one. You'll get that social battery drain going, you know, because a lot of people are talking to you, and it's a day with company and everything. And so you'll have that. I have to trim my nail, so just pardon me here. You'll have that introvert moment where like the entire day is just filled with conversations and it drains the social battery, and it was like one of those days. The old social batteries, you know, sitting there flashing on E saying put me on the charge, and well, short of taking a 3-day nap, it won't be charged, so I kind of have to like grin and bear it and do this, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I love doing this. I love recording. It's a lot of fun, and that's something else I would encourage anybody to do. And I mean this. Anybody out there, if you want to do YouTube, if you want to do stream, do it. Do it. Get the gear to do it, and do it. Because you never know. You never know. You like, this is like the whole challenge yourself thing that I said earlier. Do it. Because if you think about it, right? You go out there and you start putting out your energy, your time, your energy into something. Whether it be somebody might find you uniquely funny or uniquely you, and it's something that's not there on the platform, and so they'll just be drawn to you. And I'm sure that's eventually going to happen here. Like, there are going to be people elsewhere that are going to come here and they're going to see this and they're going to get drawn to it because it's a little bit of philosophy with gaming, with knowledge, with a little bit of conspiracy theory here and there. And it's just a whole mishmash of things. But I'm not sitting there like trying to cram it down people's throat. I'm just stream of consciousness. And then I never edit anything. Which that never, like, you never see that on YouTube. You just don't anymore. There used to be tons of unedited content where people would just off the cuff say what they wanted to. And now we've gotten to a point in society where everybody's like so afraid to say something. They're so afraid to behave and it's like they're afraid of like either being canceled or they're afraid of something, and so they just become carbon copies of the next person or the person before them. It's just there's a person, carbon copy, so on and so forth. And then the content pretty much becomes the same. And then you also have, you know, people that follow trends and people that follow fads and stuff like that. And it ends up, it makes for stale content, I think. It's just my personal thoughts. I could be wrong. I could be way off target. Way off target. I don't think I am, but I could be. And aside from that, the majority of YouTube content that I've seen these days is either you are one of those, I don't want to call them impact impact influencers or impact artists, but they'll leave an impact in such a way that they'll either do something outrageous, audacious. For example, like I Show Speed the other day. The only reason I know this is it popped up in my Twitter. He broke his, or maybe it was today, he broke his entire setup because he kept getting stream sniped in Fortnite. Why? Why would you break your own stuff, dude? Like, why act like a petulant child? And people say, wait a minute, are you calling out IShowSpeed? Yeah, for acting like a child, absolutely. Why do it? For views. He did it to bring up the viewer numbers, to get the viewer time retention. It's a gimmick. It's a PR stunt. He knows he's going to make more than that to get it. He makes twice that a day. So he can buy a whole nother setup tomorrow and have it brought in. He was planning on upgrading his setup anyway, and he just broke it for the clicks and for clickbait. And to drive up his viewer metrics. And it'll work. It'll work because people will never know what's going to happen next. You're going to sit there and be like, what's he going to do next? And so they'll tune in again. But I don't have to do that. No one should actually have to do that. That should just not be a thing, to be honest with you. But you'll have people that make that sort of impact. And what that does is it gets a whole generation of youth to act the same way. Then, of course, on the other hand, you have the reactionaries. Now, the reactionaries, I would argue, are just as pernicious. They're kind of like weeds in a garden. Now, there's subsets of reactionaries. Let me clarify here. You have reactionaries that will look at something and they're not knowledgeable about it, and they'll get educated on something and they'll be astonished by it. That's fine, because they don't have any knowledge of it. They have no foreknowledge of it, but they're just like, I didn't know that. And then they're surprised. Or they'll try something new that they have not tried before. Again, also applicable because they're expanding, they're broadening their horizons. Fine and dandy. Then you have the other reactionaries, and this is where it kind of falls off into the weeds. These reactionaries are over-actionaries. They're not even reactionaries. They're just melodramatic. And they're there to be melodramatic. And they're doing it for clickbait. Those people have become a pernicious weed on the content. And because they want to make it so that it's like, oh man, this is completely absurd. Whoa, I didn't know. This is absurd, man. Are you seeing this? Oh, this is insane. That sort of melodrama. It might work, but then what are you doing? It's not like you're teaching anything. It's not like you're inspiring. It's not like you're doing anything of the sort. You're not being, like, educational, not even pseudo-educational. You're just kind of being a gimmick, as weird as that sounds. I can't catch you, Geodude. Because I'm not allowed to catch in a cave. It's one of my restrictions. So that's kind of what I was saying about like being a reactionary. I'm not trying to say it in such a way that makes people out to be terrible. I mean, if they made their entire content off of reactions, it's kind of sad in a way, because if you think about it, you're not actually you're not making your own thing. If that makes sense, you're taking a look at a video that someone else posted, and then you're just kind of being like, and putting an astonished picture up there with an arrow, and you've seen it, the clickbaity things. And it's like, why do they do that? Because it works. I mean, that's it. That's why they do it. It works. And of course, I would be told, why don't you do it? That's like almost like the goose that's laying the golden egg, and there you're not doing it. Well, I mean, if I wanted to be like everyone else, I'd do it. But I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to be me. Just like you want to be you. Some people would say, well, don't you want to be famous? Eh. 50-50. I said, well, what do you mean 50-50? Think about it. It comes with its own tribulations. Yeah, you're famous. You can get into any place. You can use your clout. You can use your name drop yourself at the drop of a hat and just be like, let me in the club or restaurant or car dealership or Congress, I guess. Anywhere you wanted to go. It's a high profile thing because you're a high profile individual. But then try to go to a grocery store without people coming up and be like, can I get your autograph? I didn't know you're just like regular everyday people. Yes, I too have to go and fetch groceries from the local grocer. Just like I have to put laundry in the laundry machine. And maybe using a clothesline. I mean, people would say that's very patronizing to say that to people in that manner, but, like, it doesn't matter who it is. It honestly doesn't. You can pick any individual out there. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elvis Presley, anybody, Mr. Beast, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, anyone. Pick them all. They all put their pants on the same way. They all get ready for the day the same way. They got more money. Allows them to get ready for their day in a fancier way. It's all the same, though. Nothing changes. Nothing's different. And so, it raises the question, if that is indeed the case, that everybody gets together, everybody gets, gets ready the same way in the morning, why do people look up to them? They're no different than you or me. In fact, tip for everyone out there, you're probably better at something than they are. Yeah. That's the truth. People seem to forget that. They get it stuck in their mind that, these people are the best there is at whatever. No. No, not at all. Because there will come a time where, even though they are good at what they do, they will have an ebb and flow. And as time flows forward, they will lose that edge, and they'll kind of recede. Either they'll get tired of it, or they'll just decide that it's no longer for them. Who knows? Hard telling. There. I don't want to out-level the gym. I'm pretty sure he says that the mine, right. That's what I thought. I'm not allowed to catch anything there either. Of course, I'm not allowed to catch anything here either. Well, that leveled up awfully quick. Geodudes used to be, a little bit of, like, 5s not too long ago, and now all of a sudden they're 9s. But we'll have to save that for another day, because it's time to save it right here. Because I just got to 30 minutes, and I didn't want to make them too awful long. But I'm glad to be back doing the Nuzlocke. I'm glad to be back in Orberg Mine. Sucks that we lost Ohms, but it happens. I'm trying to think, what are we going to do going forward, though? I mean, we lost an electric type, which means we won't be able to do flying gyms very easy. So that's going to be a road bump coming forward, I think. And of course we have the fire type, so it's going to be a little bit harder to do the rock gym. That's why I gave it Rock Smash. Maybe I can catch something else. I don't know. We'll have to find out. At any rate, I hope you had fun with this. I know I did. Except for losing Ohms. But I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.